Pakistan. So at the start, I involved my own definition, first of all. A definition for any leader, especially in the third world, ensure the security, progress and development of the state, welfare and well-being of its people. I took each one of these elements then. I took security first. I knew, of course, that there is an internal security. Before 9/11, we were facing the challenge of sectarian extremism. I banned about 4 extremist organizations in Pakistan and touched them. I did that in the beginning of 2001, I think February 2001. Society even before 9/11. The other point was external threat. All its armed forces against Pakistan borders after their parliament was attacked. And they blamed Pakistan with the Pakistan government fighting each other. We are reinforcing the terrorists who don't want us to go for peace. There was a standoff between Indian and Pakistan forces at the nuclear flashpoint, and the world was alarmed. So this also we faced threats on the internal front and external threat. One point that I want to make is that there are a lot of questions asked from me in many forums. I have explained to you what happened in the past. The force disposition, threat perception is evaluated by Pakistan, and forces are disposed from internal terrorism and extremism. Forces are deployed there, but the threat on the eastern border remains, and therefore there is a force disposition there also. Good governance or leadership. The other part is progress development of the state. I am not going to go into the details of this, and we thought we concentrated on infrastructure. It translates into a national covenant, a national agreement which held the whole of Afghanistan together over centuries.
Sorry, General Sir, can I interrupt? Could you make sure your mobiles are switched off, please? Would anybody here has got his mobile on? Could you switch it off now, please? Sorry, General Sir, let me interrupt you.
So with this, we saw that in 1979, when the king was deposed, the Misaq-e-Milli, the national covenant, was destroyed. That is what held the Afghans together, because the 4 ethnic groups of Afghanistan, Tajiks, Uzbeks, Hazaras and the majority Pashtun, had decided centuries ago. In 1979, when the Soviets came, the elites of Afghanistan fled. They abandoned Afghanistan. And the jihad, the fight against the Soviets, was spearheaded by the religious militant groups. This is the second point that I want to make. So therefore, in short, for 10 years, ladies and gentlemen, we have been encouraged against the Soviets. We probably did not comprehend the repercussions of all that. Then comes the next period of 89 and 2001, 12 years. In these 12 years, Pakistan and Afghanistan was abandoned by the United States and the West. And in Afghanistan, there was total mayhem, warlordism, tribal warfare, and Afghanistan was ravaged in these 12 years. There was no rehabilitation brought into Afghanistan. And they are the ones who coalesced into Al-Qaeda. In this period, I would like to highlight 3 blunders that we committed. Very briefly, the first blunder was that there was no rehabilitation of the 25,000 mujahideen who were holed up. No resettlement plan. What do you do with 25,000 people armed to the teeth and knowing only how to fight? They became Al-Qaeda, the first blunder. second blunder, 95, in 1995, when this place was left alone, nobody, Pakistan in Afghanistan took the shape of two fronts, Taliban versus Northern Alliance. Taliban were all Pakhtuns, Northern Alliance was other minorities, Tajik, Uzbek, Hazara. Pakistan, it was an ethnic convergence of Pakistan to be on the side of the Taliban. And that is exactly what happened.
General, would you excuse me? I'm afraid I've been called first.
And we were reprimanded for that. We were being asked to leave the Taliban. From within. I think the blunder number 2 was not to recognize the Taliban and from within. The third blunder came after 9/11. This act was done by the Al-Qaeda and Afghanistan was operation. On the other side, this operation was launched with the assistance of Tajik Uzbek policy. In that, we should reach out to the point that I had made at that time. All Taliban are Pakhtuns, but all Pakhtuns are not Taliban. It has not been done. So therefore, in effect, we have alienated, are very much there, because Kashmir remains constant, unresolved. So therefore, public sympathy continues with the Kashmiris. And Muslim extremism in India, I would be remiss if I did not quote this, because the whole equation does not get completed without understanding that there is extremism spreading very strongly in the Muslim youth in India because of their sense of alienation, a sense of unequal treatment to the Muslims. Therefore, they are frustrated, and it is very much spreading. An organization like SENI, Students in Islamic Movement of India, is gaining its strength. Having said this about Afghanistan,
The United Nations on Decolonization. You talk very comprehensively about the many facets. Wondering if you have any suggestions to offer.
frankly, I am Jesus.
Thank you, General Musharraf. I think we must. Gentlemen, I'd like to start off by saying, General Pervez Musharraf, it's been an honour, it's been a privilege for us to have you this evening. We greatly appreciate your insight into Pakistan, into the South Asian region, and international affairs. I want to convey a very strong message to the British Pakistani community, the international community.
That's okay. So many people. What will you say about the dialogue?